or 2 months, but she just wanted to be sure she had the okay, and Mark and I felt everything was on the up and up, so I will give it to you guys for signature. Any questions? Okay. That concludes the Architectural Committee's report.
All right, I make the motion to accept the Architectural Committee report.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Covenants Committee, Sue.
A walkthrough was done on around about June 13th. Paul and I did the walkthrough through the community. Basically, overall, the letters that were sent out, a lot of people do communicate and correspond and have been taking action. This drive-through, we had about 24 owners that we sent letters pertaining to trees, that trees do need to be trimmed. It is the time of the season for that to be done. Basically, they're all hardwood trees. We have only 4 lawns that are still need to be done, either to be new sod, but only 4 of them. And then we have 4 homes that are in need of power washing, either above their garage and or some areas of the home. So that's basically all that we have on that walkthrough.
We'll make a motion to accept the Covenants Committee report.
I make a motion to accept the Covenants Committee report.
You seconded? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're done with that. We move on to old business. Mailbox project, Doug Foster.
Okay, well, this is certainly good news.
Most of you know the plan, and it didn't seem like you had any questions. So we've got a few issues that the board has to vote on, and I'll get to them at the end. But where we're going from here is that as soon as we put our order in, which we're going to do as soon as we resolve a couple of minor issues, and that we send 50% of the total bill, which will be in the neighborhood, the total bill will be in the neighborhood of $32,000. We'll send 50% of that to Beautiful Mailbox over in Miami, and they will start their order and production process. What they do is they will build the mailboxes, they will assemble everything over in Miami. Put on, most of these will be 2-box posts. They'll put the boxes on, they will wrap them in the bubble, they'll bubble wrap them, they'll throw them on a truck, place them on a truck. With the installation team, they'll come over here, and there are a couple of options on how they'll do the overall installation. One is that they would come like on a Tuesday of one week and do half of them on Tuesday of the next week. They have another option that they would do it all over a weekend, which seems to be very appealing to me, but we will get into exactly how the installation will go. They say it'll take about from 4 to 6 weeks for them to get through, to get them on the truck, and then either 1 week or 2 weeks for them to get it installed. So if we're able to get our order placed in the next few days, we will get this completed sometime in August, just depending on how fast everything happens. They come off. What they do is they will take all the old mailboxes away if we want them to. I've also talked to Waste Pro, who says since it's the summer, they will take everything away. We have some residents, we will get around to everybody on some of these details. Some residents have got a new mailbox and they want to keep their mailbox and give it to somebody. We've had thoughts about maybe donating them to different people. We haven't really investigated that yet, but now that we're over the hump, we will try to figure out what the best way to handle all of the mailboxes is. These guys will come over, and Paul Ravlin and I have worked pretty hard on where all of the mailboxes will go. In general, they will go on a property line between 2 owners rather than right in front of somebody's doorway. because mostly two people will be sharing them. And we've got dots on these big maps, but we'll be talking to the residents to be sure all this stuff makes sense. We think it makes sense. The guys will come, they'll have them on the truck, they will, if it takes a new hole, they will drill a new hole, they will put cement in, and they'll bury, I think they're going down 2 feet, that's what I think. We probably will figure out how to do some neat stuff around the bottom so that the poles don't get chinked by the weed whackers and that kind of stuff, but we haven't done a lot of work on that yet. So some cosmetic stuff I think we'll have to worry about a little bit. We'll have to worry about filling the holes where we used to have mailboxes. We have some mailboxes that are sitting in the middle, that are in paver situations, in driveways, and we'll take the responsibility of fixing that. We'll work with whatever homeowner has them, but it's our responsibility to sort of put the land back in the shape it was when we're moving around the mailboxes. We will be establishing a reserve. With this plan, the HOA is taking over entire responsibility for mailbox systems forevermore. This means that you won't be choosing a mailbox, you won't be painting a mailbox, you won't be painting a post. It'll be our responsibility. It will be treated like common area. We will clean them, we will paint them, we will replace them when it's time to replace them. Individual boxes will have to be replaced much before the poles. And then we'll probably end up painting the posts. These people say that probably a reasonable expectation of life on the post is 20 years, but for reserve you might use 15 years. The boxes are aluminum, but you're probably looking at 5 years on the boxes. So we'll probably end up painting in 10 years, replacing boxes. We're going to get some professional help on this to set up the reserve, but we've got to do that. We've got Beautiful Mailbox does offer maintenance services. They will come out and paint all of our posts. They will, of course, we can buy new boxes from them, or we could choose to put on different boxes, but it'll be the HOA's responsibility to do all that and keep them clean. I think we will encourage all the homeowners to take some Windex out once in a while, but keeping them clean will make the mailboxes naturally last longer and the posts.
When you mention new mailboxes, you mean direct replacements, not something that's different from what's there?
Yeah, well, from now on, it's you just have to look to us and hope that we do a good job of keeping them clean and keeping them replaced and all of that. You will no longer have any responsibilities other than a little Windexing maybe once in a while on your mailboxes. Okay, we are very happy that we got an extreme mandate to go ahead and do this. However, as you might imagine, not everybody is entirely in favor of the plan as written. And we have a couple of issues that we have to deal with as a board before we can proceed with the complete order. The board is aware of these things. All of us don't agree. So I'll try to state the situations as well as I can, and then we'll decide how we'd like to proceed. We have a couple of homeowners. We may get one or two more, we don't know. We didn't get a response from everybody, so why the other people didn't respond, who knows. But we have one homeowner who is on a cul-de-sac and wants very badly to retain an individual mailbox. Not the one she's got now, but an individual mailbox, exactly where it is. And we had a conversation with that lady and pretty much promised that we would do that if the other people on the cul-de-sac didn't mind having one extra post in the cul-de-sac. We have another situation that is very similar to that out on Old Meadowbrook Circle. When we were talking about this situation for the cul-de-sac, we pretty much agreed amongst ourselves that we didn't want to do this on the circle or on the lane because that's our primary thoroughfares. And one of the purposes of doing this whole thing was to, I didn't mention the numbers here, but we currently have about 180 posts in the community, and we're going down to about 104, which will make the community look a lot less like a picket fence lineup as we go along our streets. So for that reason, we said, well, in a cul-de-sac, it's kind of off to the side. We will say yes. But the latest one is on Old Meadowbrook Circle. They, again, want to have their mailbox sitting right in front of their front door so they can watch the mailman come. And would just as soon keep the wooden mailbox post that they have right now. So we've got some issues to deal with there. You know, do we just simply say, no, this is our responsibility now as HOA, and we will not be flexible, we will not allow you to do